I can already see it now. Some of you clicked onto this video because you wanted to see one reaction from me. Because the Bears did something right, by God. And you deserve that reaction. Is it something like this? You want me to say, yeah, oh, fuck yeah. The Bears took it to the Panthers. They took it to the NFL. They skull-fucked them into setting themselves up for the next couple of years. Yeah. There, I hope you got it out of your system. That felt therapeutic. But I can't lie. Like, there certainly is a bit of a piece of that reaction that runs through my mind because I spent the past couple of months talking about the Chicago Bears, the gift that Lovie Smith's Texans handed the Bears, this massive opportunity that presented itself with the number 1 overall pick, and how this draft this year was about maximizing said opportunity presented by having the number 1 overall pick into strengthening this team's position in the 2023 draft, but also the 2024 and 2025 draft. You have to understand your slot. You have to understand the game that you're in. And certainly feels like, at least from a draft pick standpoint, Ryan Poles understood the game that he was in. Because yesterday, the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers made a major trade with the Bears sending the number 1 overall pick to Carolina. And in return, the Bears get pick 9, pick 61 in round 2, a 2024 first rounder, a 2025 second rounder, and wide receiver DJ Moore. That's a big deal for both teams. Obviously, Carolina coming with the, we understand what it's like to not have that quarterback and be desperate for one, so fuck them picks. And even fuck one of the wide receivers that you would want to have around your young quarterback. Meanwhile, the Bears are sitting there saying, we're going to roll with Justin Fields for now, but we got to take advantage of this opportunity that presented itself. And they certainly have. And to those that are saying that the Bears could have gotten more, or that they got robbed, or they squandered it, that's just really dumb. You're living in a fantasy world not grounded in any reality whatsoever. I'll use 2016's draft as a good illustration of this because it's the most recent, relevant, applicable example that we have. And even then it doesn't perfectly line up. But the Titans were sitting at pick 1 in 2016. The year after they took Marcus Mariota, number 2, in the 2015 draft. The Titans moved off of pick 1, gave that pick to the Rams, also gave up their 4th and 6th rounder in that year's draft. So mind you, they gave up a couple of other draft pick capital pieces. The Bears sent no draft pick capital to the Panthers. And in return, the Titans got in that 2016 draft picks 15, 43 and 45 in round 2, 76 in round 3, and then what ultimately ended up being picks 5 and 100, so a very high first rounder, a very low third rounder in the 2017 draft. That's not much different than what the Bears got. The Bears, like I said, gave up nothing other than the first overall pick. They also moved down 6 fewer slots in round 1. They still got a second rounder, DJ Moore, who I would put, if Chase Claypool in a trade is going to be worth a second round pick, then DJ Moore is worth a second and third rounder. The Bears got a 2024 first rounder and a 2025 second rounder. Remember, the Titans got nothing in that 2018 draft from dealing with the Rams. So you could easily argue, which I think I certainly am here, that the Bears got as much, if not more, in return. As they did. Compare it. First rounder moving down 14 slots like the Titans did. Sure, they got 43 and 45 and 76 in that draft, but the Bears got 9. They got 61. They got a DJ Moore who's worth probably a second this year and a third next year. Got a first rounder next year, and then the year after that a second rounder. That's equivalent value, if not better, which is even more impressive to me when you consider the fact that 4 quarterbacks could very likely go in the top 10 of this draft. The leverage that the Bears had wasn't as great as you might like to believe. So for the Bears to be this far out from the draft to be able to get this much, I absolutely can't blame them for jumping on this opportunity now, because they should have. One thing I am grateful for with this trade is it finally stops these dumbass, we'll trade back to the Texans at 2 and then the Colts at 4 and then take Anderson or Carter, whichever one's left. That crap is done. Unless Poles trades back up from 9, which in my estimation would be incredibly stupid. It was a perfect example of seeing these takes for months of Bears fans not understanding the fucking game that the Bears were in. I did. Because you would even see me talking about in mock draft scenarios, right? Talking about the Bears trading back to the Panthers at 9 or the Commanders at 16, the Raiders at 7. The point was you have to understand the spot that you're in where the maximum value comes from, and that doesn't come from fucking pick 4. And it's not like the Bears are a player away anyways. So why you're so married to one prospect in this draft, I don't frickin' get it. So, as per usual, Bears football fans have no clue what the hell game their team is in, but at least in this particular instance, Ryan Poles seems to. What I also like about this trade is it provides the Bears greater certainty ahead of free agency. Wide receiver now is a much smaller focus because of this DJ Moore acquisition. They also could build in DJ Moore's salary into their 2023-2024 considerations. They have more draft pick capital available now ahead of free agency in case they want to go down the veteran trade route. Maybe somebody like a Shaq Mason on the offensive line, somebody like DeForest Buckner on the defensive line. It also provides them more options in the 2023 draft. You got the potential option to trade down from 9, which, to be clear, they absolutely should be pursuing that. And by God, if one of those quarterbacks, if a Levis ends up there at 9, somebody might come up at that point. The Bears could be well positioned again, and you have to do it. It's less about the individual players, and it's about playing the bigger picture. You're playing chess here, not freaking checkers. That's where you're at. Those 2 second-round picks allow this team to also potentially kick back up into the bottom of round 1, which is something they certainly should be considering as well. Or you could peel back from one of those second-round picks that you have and gather additional capital for 2023 and or 2024. Again, playing chess, playing the long-term game here, bigger picture, not small fries type of shit. And for those that are saying, well, I don't know about this trade because what about Justin Fields? To me, this addresses the Justin Fields question or dilemma in a couple of ways. It really does. It gives you more ammunition to give Justin Fields more help and more weapons for now and in the future. So if he shows that he truly is that guy that Bears fans like to pretend that he is right now, and he's not there yet, again, I want to repeat, he's not there yet. Now you are removing the barriers. You are removing the excuses. You are helping him and giving yourself more options to be able to help him. That's great. So if you find out in 2023 that Justin Fields doesn't look like he's progressed as a passer, you're going now into 2024. It positions you better to replace Justin Fields as well. It's a win-win-win, you just fucking do it type of thing. Or if you come back and you say, hey, Justin Fields did pan out here, and he is going to be that dude. Great. Then you've got all this draft pick capital for 2024, 2025 that enables you to maybe go make a big move up the board if you need to go draft somebody like Marvin Harrison Jr. Because DJ Moore is nice. DJ Moore is not an alpha. And when you look at teams that are making it far in the playoffs, some of the common themes they have an offensive-minded head coach. Well, of course, the fucking Bears wouldn't have that because that would require a really smart general manager to understand the game that you're in. Matt Eberflus, my ass. But they had quarterbacks, except for the 49ers. They all had an alpha pass-catching target, like a real alpha, like a Deebo Samuel type, an A.J. Brown type, a Travis Kelce type, a Jamar Chase type. They all had an alpha. The Bears don't have an alpha. DJ Moore is not an alpha. But this could position you to later on be able to go get that true alpha. Or position you to be able to make a big move up if you need to go get a quarterback in the long term. Lots of options there. But one thing I want to emphasize here for Bears fans, as much as you might want to do what I was doing earlier and do some skull fucking in the air, it's not time to do backflips just yet. All those picks are nice, but they got to be used right. Because if trading back was some big foreshadowing of future championships, then the Tennessee Titans or the Cleveland Browns would be a fucking dynasty right now, not missing the damn playoffs. The picks are nice, but you still got to use them well. The trade down from 1 to 9 is fantastic. But as I tweeted yesterday, Ryan Poles needs to have the mindset of job's not finished. There's more work to do. You've got a long ways to go here. Don't rest on your laurels. But yeah, for the time being, if Bears fans want to get up and go, yeah, you can't fucking blame them for doing so, because this feels a little bit counterintuitive to what you would typically expect from Bears football. It is exciting for sure, but there's a lot of work to go. And this is absolutely no guarantee of any damn thing. Don't get it twisted.